I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon and we will grow, and I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. For Aries, Mercury goes in your 12th house. This shows extra expenses, sudden foreign travels. People who want to work abroad can see positive opportunities happening in their life. This is also a Vipareet Raj Yoga where 6th Lord goes in the 12th house. Now this Mercury is debilitated, but still it's okay. It's with Rahu, so it can give you out of the box thinking. You should be very careful not to take any stress in life, because stress can induce a lot of problems. Another thing that this Mercury in the 12th house will do is that it can affect your subconscious mind. So it can bring past memories and it can make you believe something, or it can create misinformation and can make you work on that misinformation. So always do cross verification, always do revision, always be very proactive in trying to identify the source of information and whether the information is genuine or not, be it personal life or professional life. Don't believe in the talks that you hear unless you can see things with yourself. All you can do, if you're not sure, is wait for some time and allow the planets to become positive. New investment is on the cards. New opportunities will come. You might get into some trouble with your employees or your subordinates, so be careful. Try to be as inclusive as possible. People working in AI, telecommunication sector, language sector will see great boost. Banking might see some reset. For Taurus, you have 2nd and 5th Lord, Mercury being a very Yogakaraka planet for you, going in the 11th house. So this is actually very good, because this is going to break all inhibitions and give you that motivation where you will move in the right direction. You will be able to score big, you will be able to earn big, you will be able to create niche space for yourself. So it's a very, very positive transit. I know people think debilitation is bad, but debilitation is not bad. Debilitation here, it only means that you will give a lot of thought before you take an action. And because of the presence of Rahu, all you have to do is just filter out the information and focus only on what is feasible, and imaginary solution should be avoided. But this combination is brilliant for out of the box thinking, to think a solution that usually will not come in your mind. So it can give you great creative ideas. So creative experts, people in creative field, people in ideation will see great success during this time. And you should learn a new language. Learning an ancient language is also going to be great. Listening to Sanskrit shlokas and mantras are also going to be like a therapy for your disturbed mind. People who have Moon and Mercury conjunction and you are a Taurus should be careful if you have a fight with your siblings, especially your cousins, during this time. Otherwise, overall, this is a positive transit. You will not think a lot about your finances because money will come little bit easier. Just ensure that do not assume the current situation, good or bad, as a permanent situation. Gemini. Now for Gemini, your ascendant and 4th Lord is Mercury. When it goes in the 10th house, it shows that you are running around, you are doing a lot. Maybe you're not getting that recognition, maybe you are being shadowed by somebody else. Maybe this is the time when somebody is trying to create office politics, corporate politics, and you have to fight that. You are unable to cope up with that information. What you will have to do is you will have to keep on working. You will have to show your presence, mark your territory, and in a very polite manner, find out of the box solution. You will think a lot about your career during this time, so it's a good thing. You should give it a thought, whether you are in a right career or how you are going to project your life. People working in banking sector, people working in underwriting, people working in investment strategies, or any such related field will see that their kind of career is taking a new, I will say, dimension. They are stepping into a new dimension in their career. It can be promotion, it can be a new role, it can be a new company, it can be something altogether different. But Rahu Mercury in 10th house ensures that you step out of your comfort zone and try to explore the uncharted and unknown territory, especially in your career. People facing arthritis should be careful during this time, and this is the time when you can procrastinate heavily, so focus on being active. Cancer. For Cancer ascendant, Mercury will move in your 9th house. This is Mercury with Rahu. It's a good opportunity for foreign education, if you want to travel into foreign land, if you want to learn foreign history, if you want to move out of your local space, and if you want to explore different territories. This is really a great option. This is going to be good for people who want to change their domains, students who want to change their line, people who want to shift their career. It's a very good time. You will see that you will try to test your luck. I will say don't do it too much. Initially you will see gains, and then if you gamble, then this is a problematic thing. Don't gamble, but yes, calculated risk, a risk to free yourself from any set toxic pattern. That is going to work. But if you are trying to break something that is working, don't do that. You have to understand that Mercury will quickly meet Rahu, and then it will be followed by the Surya, the Sun. So that means Mercury will be kind of getting the both energies of Rahu and Sun. Therefore, your confidence can be all-time high. There can be problems related to your siblings. Travel is definitely going to happen, but you should keep certain amount of money as in buffer, because unexpected expenses is on the cards. Communication problems can come up if you are overconfident. So try to not be overconfident, try to be grounded. If you do grounding meditation, if you do Ganesh mantra jap, this is going to be really, really helpful. So pray to Bhagwan Ganesh and just ask Bhagwan Ganesh to free you from all the obstacles that you face, and in return you will do all the good things that you can do. Donating money for children education is a very good remedy. Leo. Now in case of Leo ascendant, you have to understand that Mercury will be in your 8th house. This is good for research oriented work. So people who are working in research related fields, people who are working in investment strategies, people who want to invest in others' business, people who are risk takers in that domain, you will see something moving in your direction. But more or less Mercury and Rahu in the 8th house talks a lot about occult, your interest in occult. People will suddenly see their interest developing in spirituality. You would find answers through areas and ways which you have not explored before. Mars in 6th and 7th house journey also kind of triggers this. So overall your horoscope is heavy on the 6th, 7th and 8th house, and therefore you should greatly focus on the circumstance and try to figure out how to find an out-of-the-box solution. But you have to maintain silence, because if you speak a lot, this might cause financial losses directly or indirectly. Mercury going in the 8th house along with Rahu can induce some skin related problems, and also people who are already suffering from neurological problems. If you are a patient of anxiety, if you are already an overthinker, if you are into hypertension, you should meditate and you should talk to a yoga expert if your health and doctor permits. Doing yoga, managing your time, praying to Kal Bhairav, waking up before sunrise, and trying to maintain a set routine are some of the ways by which you can, regularize this Mercury transit, because this Mercury is going to create some unexpected events which will just pop up like a bubble. But don't expect it to stay for a long time, but it can have a substantial impact in your life. Virgo. Now in case of Virgo, if you observe, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so is your 10th house, and this Mercury goes in your 7th house. The 7th house presence of Mercury along with Rahu can create new business partnerships. It can make you take leap of faith and trust someone, and you can actually win, but also you can lose. So it is better to know what you're doing. You should go for a background check in case you are going to start a new partnership. This also opens up a lot of new career opportunities. Circumstances will change. You will work for someone who is not local. Your supervisor boss can change, and this also creates a situation where you will be able to execute in corporate sector especially your talent, and you will be able to put yourself in the front. Debilitated Mercury here is not that negative. A lot of people feel scared that okay, Mercury is debilitated. But try to understand, when your ascendant is experiencing Ketu's energy, your ascendant lord going with Rahu kind of compensates any thing created by Ketu. Say Ketu wants you to quit something. You want to quit something. What this Mercury will do is it will tell you the advantages of not quitting. Now what happens here? Now you see the both side of the coin. You can take a decision which is much better. So because you have a greater information spectrum. On the other hand, a sixth house cluster of Mars, Moon, Venus, Saturn, Sun can create health related issues. So you need to be very, very cautious and be very careful when you're going to take debts, spend money through credit cards, because you can go overspending. New career opportunities will come. People who want to start new startups, who want to go for funding, who want to work in technology domain, who want to work in robotics and AI, machine learning and those skills, you will see great career opportunity. But banking sector employees or people who are preparing for banking examination should give more hard work during this time. Communication will take a hit and people will misinterpret your communication. So try to be crisp, clear and objective in your conversation. Libra. Now in case of Libra, Mercury moves in your 6th house. A 6th house Mercury with Rahu is very creative. So it is going to make you think a lot. It is going to make you imagine all the negative circumstance. So you can actually create a great defense, especially if you are in your business, if you are facing certain problems in your life. Praying to Bhagwan Ganesh, chanting Om Gam Ganapate Namah, lighting a ghee diya every evening and meditating for like 5 minutes, chanting Ganesh Kavach, Ganapati Stotram, all that will really help you a lot. Chanting Vishnu Sahasranam every Wednesday is also going to help you. See, Rahu Mercury in 6th house can create cunning enemies. So you have to be very, very careful about what you speak and how you speak. Remember one thing, that Mars is extremely strong and agitated, and it is going from 5th to 6th house, and it is also the Sun that is going to hit the 6th house. So this can create loss of reputation through your words. So you need to have a lot of restraint and control on yourself and create a strategy. Loose strategy, reaction to events of your life without proper calibration, without proper thinking of the consequence, you will put yourself into a lot of trouble. So Mercury in Pisces is good for people who want to go into employment, who want to prepare for banking, who want to work on the liquidity part of their business. But for everybody else, you need to play it cautiously. Scorpio. Now for Scorpio, Mercury will move in your 5th house. This is really, really good transit, because 5th house Mercury with Rahu will give you niche knowledge of niche skills, niche areas. It will help you think out of the box and create something beautiful. Rahu Mercury in 5th house in the sign of Pisces is very good for people involved in marine, navy, naval forces, or anything that is connected to merchant navy. And this is really going to take you overseas, and you can learn new language, especially a foreign language. All this will help you a lot. Yes, there will be certain restrictions, and you will replan a lot of decisions that you have taken in past. You will replan your life, you will rework on that, your expectation will shift. But my recommendation is that if you have really worked hard for something, before introducing any change, think a lot. Don't do it immediately. Plan and then do it. People who are suffering from medical condition and are unable to, go for childbirth or similar issues will see great success or some relief coming their way. maybe a new medicine or a new doctor will help you. I'm not saying that it is a foolproof transit, but at least this transit gives you hope. On the other hand, it's also your 8th lord. So 8th lord going in the 5th house. So a lot of people will work on the stock market, the speculative side of business. Be very watchful, because this can convert investment into sheer pure gambling, and that can cause financial losses. Sagittarius. Now for Sagittarius, if you observe, the position of Mercury is in 4th house. Mercury wants to be in its comfort zone. Along with Rahu, you would want to explore, you would want to travel, you would want to enjoy, you would want to reshape your life. This is a very laid back transit for you. Now compare it with Mars in the 2nd house and future Mars with Saturn. What can happen is, you are very enthusiastic in the beginning, you encounter a problem, and then you take a laid back approach. That is wrong. One thing is having a relief measure, and the other thing is having an energy, a quantum of energy that can do something. Take it parallelly. Rest is equally important, so is the work. So you should divide your day properly. Proper planning is needed. Procrastination will be a big problem. Health of mother can create a concern. Health of mother-in-law can create a concern. Presence of some third party between two people, or your presence in trying to solve matter between two people, can create problems in your life. So be careful. People doing the business of lending money should be very, very watchful. If you have a business related to this, you should be careful. If you have taken a loan, you need to work on how to create repayment, work on the repayment schedule. And before you launch a new factory, before you launch a new startup, know the consequences, because it is going to heavily impact your career. It is going to take away the good night's sleep. Ensure that the sleep is going away wishfully, and because you really want to work hard, not because something has happened. Ganesh Kavach is really important. Capricorn. Now in case of Capricorn, Mercury will be in the 3rd house. A 3rd house Mercury and Rahu will help you take short distance travel. It will help you take leisure travel. You need to be careful about your problems related to your ears. If you already are having any ear infection, you should be careful. Mercury and Rahu in the 3rd house can make you experiment a lot and can make you lazy, because you will think a lot, you will plan, you will strategize, but hardly things will move if you don't proactively work on it and make sure that it happens in reality rather than on paper. Mercury Rahu in the 3rd house is good for trying out different things in the nearby locality. So if you're trying to expand your business in your local area, it's a very good time. Be careful how you communicate with your neighbor, because there can be some fight with your neighbors during this time. So try to maintain a cordial and harmonious relation. Mercury is your 9th lord. 9th lord and 6th lord going in the 3rd house shows that if you have any financial issue related to your loans, or if you were not getting any support, you will start seeing those support. It was in fact a sign of relief. What you will have to do is you will have to focus on more art and craft. Start writing down, not typing, but writing on a piece of paper all your ideas, problems, and anything that worries your mind, and you will see that Mercury will give you some positive growth, because Mars will move in your 2nd house. So this is kind of positive, and then Sun will also move in the 3rd house, Surya being the 8th lord, and it's a Bhavat Bhavam. So we can't isolate Mercury, but if we see it as a whole, it shows that you will initiate a lot of change, and it is a change that is more dependent on hope, aspiration, and faith. But there has to be some substance backing your decision, because if it is completely on assumption, then it's a 50-50 chance of success. For Aquarius, Mercury is 5th lord. 5th lord coming in 2nd house is actually very good. It shows that you will work on your finances, but there can be a little bit of worry that you won't understand where your investments are happening, whether you are right or wrong. And it is more like a half-hearted, half-knowledge kind of investment. So you will need another person to cooperate with you, maybe your family, maybe somebody from your own, you can say family, immediate family, your father, brother, husband, wife, anybody you should first take the consultation with them, talk to them and see what are the possibilities. And if you can bear a little bit of risk, then only go for investment. Otherwise, keep your money safe and focus only on savings, and that too through safe instruments. But otherwise, this is a good time. Rahu, Mercury will also reinitiate any lost conversation. Mercury will make you think, and you will get ample time to work on relations at your home. Something auspicious may also happen in your home, so wait for that. It also shows that the home structure and everything else around you, especially your financial aspirations, will change during this time. Maybe you will get some information, maybe some financial advice, or maybe your aspiration is getting fulfilled. So you will take things in a different manner than what you have taken before. All I will say is do it with a lot of patience and go with full faith. Lastly, for Pisces, it is happening on your ascendant. And this means that you will be happy, peaceful, but also on cloud 9. Mercury in the first house along with Rahu will give you new ideas. It will change your personality. But sometimes if you have a weak Mercury in your birth chart, this may make you it may make it difficult to relay the information to the people you are talking. So when you are conveying your information, when you are conveying your personality, your aura, make it as bright as possible, as happy as possible. And your words should be very clear and effective. So if you want to work on your soft skills, if you want to work on your speech, if you want to work on your body language, if you want to work on energy level through energy therapy, it's a great time. It's a great time to rethink on your ideas, your life and plan for the future. Mars also will go in the 12th house. So people who want to travel abroad, people who want to do business abroad, people who want to relocate, it's a very good time overall because of the positive Mercury. Budh is also going to experience a major shift because 7th Lord is in first house. So circumstances are going to impact you heavily. And this may also impact marriage and your home atmosphere. What you will have to do is maybe bring some fresh element in your home, maybe bring some nature in your home, start gardening, start going closer to the nature and make your mind fresh. Let the positive information come through your 5 senses, and that will rebuild the reality for you. Praying to Bhagwan Ganesh by chanting Ganesh Atharva Shirsh or simply fasting on Wednesday if health permits is a very effective remedy.